It's Week 5 of the NFL, and this one features Trent McDuffie. He had no picks a week ago, but plenty of stops. 9 of them to be exact. It's the Raiders and the Chiefs on EA Sports.
From one of the loudest venues in the NFL, there's a look at Arrowhead Stadium here in Kansas City. Today we've got a Week 5 matchup in store here, as it'll be the Las Vegas Raiders taking on the Kansas City Chiefs. Hello again, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, we look at this Chiefs ball club. Now, losers their last time out, so they'll look to make amends here.
And one of the best ways you can do that is to be at home, and they are. They're going to try and ride that home crowd and that wave of emotion to a victory in this one.
On the other side of the field for the visiting Raiders, it's been all systems go in this first month. They're off to a 4-0 start.
And it's got folks believing that this is a team that's built to go all the way. You can't win the Super Bowl in September, but they're telling everyone that they're going to be there in the end.
And no run back here on the opening kickoff, as we'll start at the 25. Time to see what Patrick Mahomes can do here with his first possession. The quarterback out of Texas Tech getting set to lead this KC Chiefs offense.
He had the numbers of a game last week that if you win, you talk about him being a gritty guy, managing the game, getting it done. But they lost. So obviously 2 interceptions, 1 touchdown pass, that's not going to be good enough. Got to get that changed around.
Here's Pacheco to begin the drive. He pushes through a would-be tackler to get about 3 yards, second down. The numbers on the ground for Pacheco last week: 19 carries, 67 yards, and a touchdown.
Well, to no one's surprise, he gets an early rep right there, and they've been playing their best ball this season as they built this winning streak, and that includes the ground game, where he's kept the offense productive and put them in position to win ball games. The question now is, can this defense that he's facing do what others haven't and finally put a stop to this streak?
Third play of this opening drive as they're looking at a 3rd and 3. Mahomes going to throw. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. A big play there on the catch and run. 35 yards. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Here's Mahomes to throw. That'll be caught by Rice. And he's down into the red zone at the 16 after a gain of 16. 1st and 10. And again, it's Mahomes. This will be caught at about the 6. Touchdown! Rashee Rice, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Chiefs are on the board first here this afternoon. Extra point by Butker is on target, and that makes the score 7-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. Taken at the goal line. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. So here comes the Raiders offense now onto the field. And they will be led out by the youngster, the rookie, their QB.
And he's been playing at an elite level here in this early half of the season. Tops in the league in touchdown passes at this point. This is definitely a wide-open offense, so we'll see if he can keep his string of good games going right here.
They start on the ground with Elliott, and he powers his way up past the 30. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5 at the 31-yard line.
And he's going to use his legs here. And he probably should have given that one off, as he's going to get hit and taken down behind the line. Back to throw, Hall. Eluding the pressure right. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. Give him 10 that time, escaping the danger, running with it, and picking up a first down. Now he'll try to run with this. And maybe the wrong read there as he's going to go down immediately. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up second down. And not a lot of success to be found there.
Oh, you got that right, partner, because if you're trying to make guys miss about 10 yards or so downfield, that's a pretty good play. But if you got to do it in your own backfield, I consider that a problem. That doesn't work too well.
Pass thrown to Adams. He's got it on the crossing route. A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for third down. A yard all they need, but it's third down. They'll try and run for it with Elliott. And he's got a first down as he's up to the 48. The Raiders are the perfect 4-0 to start the campaign. They've been playing their best football of the year, winners of 4 in a row.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. Hall. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Looking for Michael Mayer on the play. And it'll bring up third down. You talk about this Chiefs defense. They enter play here 24th in the league against the run.
And when people talk about facing a challenge, they are certainly getting one in this ball game because they're facing the #1 rushing unit in the NFL, which means this is going to be a contest they've got to be prepared for.
And he's taken down. A Chiefs sack. Chris Jones able to get him down behind the line of scrimmage, and it will be 4th down. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. They call it 38 yards on the punt, no return. And the Chiefs are going to take over with a long field ahead and a 1st and 10. Mahomes now on 1st down. And his throw is incomplete.
No surprise at all. They're looking for the big man early in this one. The only surprise for them, he couldn't hang on to the pass.
2nd and 10. Working from the gun, Mahomes. And this throw incomplete. Well, the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down. Right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the 1st down and move the chains. Throwing is Mahomes on 3rd. And that's incomplete.
And this is what you want to see from a defense. Give up an opening drive touchdown, that's fine. But how about them going back out there, recommitting themselves to the task at hand, and forcing a 3 and out, and giving the ball back to their offense.
Take it at the 37. An 8-yard return there after a punt of 47. And it'll be Raiders football, 1st and 10. Second drive of the game coming up for this Las Vegas offense. And they had a long drive going last time, but it stalled out. But still, maybe something positive to carry forward from that last drive.
Well, a few different things that you carry forward. Number one, as you noted, they were moving it pretty well, so that gives them a lot of confidence. The second part is, keeps your defense off the field, gives them a chance to rest up a little bit. And last but not least, you've taken a good look at what you've done on offense, noted where the weaknesses are, and you know when you want to come back to them.
Like when you're organized with your points. Well
Point
done.
A, B, and C.
Slant to Adams. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down.
Even against double coverage, he found enough of an opening for a noticeable gain. 2 guys on him, yet he finds a way to uncover downfield for the completion.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Look in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A good pickup there, a 22. A first down carry by Elliott. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Quick throw caught out wide by Valdez-Scantling. His first catch, good for 9 and a first down. Zero hesitation that time. That was get ball, throw ball.
Yeah, turn into a smoke route. If you see the coverage off the receiver, doesn't matter whether you call it a run or not. Just take the ball, get it out to him.
They run the option here on 1st and 10. And it'll be a minimum pickup here as it will take us to the end of the first quarter. The Raiders with the football here to begin quarter number 2 as they've got it 2nd and 7. From the shotgun, a give to Elliott. He takes us down to about the 12 for a gain of 3.
Well, at that rate, picking up 3 yards a carry, you and I both know that doesn't cut it in this league and trying to get first downs unless you're playing 4-down football. Then that's a whole different situation. But I don't think that's what they're trying to do here. 3rd and 4, though, is still manageable.
Touchdown, Raiders! A 12-yard touchdown grab. And the Raiders are within an extra point of tying up this ball game. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And we are tied at 7. So that drive goes 8 plays. And it ends with a Las Vegas touchdown. So I'll leave it at 7 now as they kick it away. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. And now here comes Kansas City. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
And the safety, Trayvon Merrick, up to make the play defensively.
Brings up 2nd and 7.
Pacheco gets it again on 2nd down. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down. So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. Mahomes now to throw. Able to find the open man. That's complete. That is going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 39. Pacheco gets it up the gut. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. 2 chunk plays in a row. The last one was over 20 yards, and so is this one. So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. Operating from the red zone now, Mahomes. That's taken in, complete to Reynolds. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch, and it's 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 5 at the Raiders' 14-yard line.
Throwing now is Mahomes. And in for the Chiefs touchdown. Kadarius Toney, his first touchdown on the year. And the Chiefs have taken the lead. Extra point by Butker is on target. And that makes the score 14-7. So that drives 7 plays in length. And it's Kadarius Toney who caps things with a touchdown reception. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And Gibson decides against bringing it out. Here's Las Vegas ready to take the field. They trail a 1-score deficit, 14-7, as they come up 1st and 10. Throwing here is Hall. And that'll be caught by St. Brown. They'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31.
Offense.
So that one a hold right guard.
And you understand why offensive and defensive linemen probably go to martial arts schools and work on their hands so often, because that can be the make or break difference on a play. This time he had to grab a jersey in order to make the play happen. Got caught for the penalty.
Now here's a pass on first down. It's knocked away and incomplete. 2nd and 20. Now Hall looking deep for Adams. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
They decided the opportunity was there and launched a deep ball, but he was unable to get away from the defender, couldn't create space, couldn't uncover at the end of the route, and that one winds up incomplete.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. Neil Farrell putting his mark on the game with his sack. Here's A.J. Cole now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. That's taken it around the 40. It's a 49-yard punt, but subtract 9 there for the return. And it's Chiefs football, 1st and 10.
He threw his 10th touchdown on the year last time they had it, and he'll look to keep it going here with a 1st and 10.
On 1st down, Mahomes. And his throw here is incomplete.
Right up to that point, I was about to say he's had a pretty good half catching the football, but let's just be honest about it. He should have caught that one.
And he knows that. That was one right in his breadbasket and one he normally catches.
A run by Pacheco on 2nd down.
Gets by him, and now a little daylight. Yeah, he will go out right near the 35-yard line.
43 yards rushing for him now, and he's carried the ball just 5 times.
Although his reputation as a speedy runner precedes him, it's always fun to watch him work.
It is eye-opening, isn't it? Because when you see him get the ball and just go, in addition to that speed, it helps out his blockers. They don't have to hold blocks for long because he's just going to speed right past them.
Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8. Shotgun snap to Mahomes.
That one caught by Rice.
And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 21. 12 yards there as they move the chains. Throwing on 1st down is Mahomes. Incomplete.
I know we're just in the 2nd quarter and there's a ways to go in this game, but that's his 2nd drop. I'm wondering if that's a little bit of an alarm bell for them when they start calling plays on the offensive side of the ball.
His eyes already looking upfield on that last one before he brought it in. Now, meanwhile, here's a 2nd down throw that's knocked away and incomplete.
Nice back-to-back plays defensively. They're stacking momentum now. 1 incompletion, 2 incompletion. They're going for more.
Now it's Mahomes again. And that will be incomplete. The Raider defense strong on that one in coverage, and now it's 4th. So on 4th down, Mahomes off, Harrison Butker on for the Chiefs field goal. On the left hash mark, this a 38-yard attempt. Butker's kick here is good, and they will move up by 10 now, 17-7. So that one on target, and it adds to this first half lead.
And maybe we're too early to worry too much about 1-score lead, 2-score lead, etc. But this is where you kind of start banking those points that come in helpful later on.
And Gibson decides against bringing it out. Now the Vegas offense heading back out there.
They find themselves down 17-7 as they start this drive, 1st and 10.
Here's Hall.
They'll get this complete to the Notre Dame man, Equanimeous St. Brown. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Hall to throw it. He'll go right back to St. Brown.
And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. 12 more yards for him there. It's a 1st down.
Well, this hasn't really been a first half to remember on either side of the ball, but I think this kind of makes this an important drive. You'd love to get this back to a one-score game if you can. And that's good work there to get some yardage here and pick up the first down.
And this turns into a nice gain with a slide at the end.
Zeke going to get it on the option.
And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's second down.
Now, during that run, an injury here. We got one of those big blockers in some discomfort. Now a 2nd and 6. Now it's Hall. And that one too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete.
With a rookie quarterback out there, you're definitely going to find out how he handles adversity, because this one so far hasn't gone according to plan. He's got to fight through it and show him what he's made of.
Well, they need to get to the 29 if they want to pick up a first here on 3rd down.
Here's Hall.
He's got Lewis. And down to the 20 he'll go before heading out of bounds. Rookie to rookie on the hook up there, and it's a first down. Now back to the ground with Elliott.
Brought down by Willie Gay.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
So from the 17, here's 2nd and 7.
They go to Elliott again. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. And no more. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Adams.
And the Raiders are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
Well, they've had a great, impressive drive going here, and that pickup ensures the drive continues.
And not only do you continue the drive, which is demoralizing for the guys on the defensive side of the ball right now, but you make your own defense happy. They're able to get a little more rest over on the sidelines while this one continues downfield.
This is a critical sequence here for this offense. Things really haven't gone their way so far. This could be their chance to get back into it, but they've got to find a way to punch this ball in.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
They're putting together a drive here in the final minutes of the half, but the coverage has been tight all game long, and they certainly want to keep them up the scoreboard here.
They'll look to throw on 3rd and goal. And that is incomplete. 2 seconds left on the clock. Well, so a drive that spans all that time, and yet you may only come away with 3 points here.
Well, your defense, all right, they actually like these long drives. They get to rest over on the sidelines for a while. But when you're not finishing with points in terms of touchdowns, that's frustrating. They've got to figure out how to close out these long drives and get 6s instead of 3s.
Okay, Brandon, thank you very much. More from you, too, in just a bit. But first, let's get everybody caught up with what's going on around the NFL here in Week 5. We'll get started up at Paycor Stadium in Cincinnati. And it's
message received here. No need to wait. We're going to skip halftime and get right back to the action. Here comes the 3rd quarter.
Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth ready for quarter number 3.
1 touchdown is the difference. 17-10 our score, and we are back underway on EA Sports. And Gibson decides against bringing it out. The Raider offense ready to go here to start the 3rd quarter. Well, out of the locker rooms here they come. Their first drive of the 3rd quarter. And Charles, they're trailing in this ball game, but we got a tight one and set up to be a very entertaining second half.
And as we know, partner, in the NFL, there's trailing and there's trailing, right? Sometimes you're discouraged by how much you're down, but in this case, this is a tight ball game, so there's a sense of optimism here. I think they went in at the half and looked at their play sheet and said, these are the plays we really like. What do you say we use them to start the second half and get us going?
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Hall.
They'll roll him out right.
And he'll go out of bounds. It appears right at the 45. He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard.
Here's the option.
And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. Beating him there with his legs. 21 yards, first down.
Well, with him trailing here in the second half, maybe his legs can try to give this offense a spark.
And that's the benefit of having a young quarterback, right? Having a rookie, a guy who will say, hold on a second, I have a little bit of fearlessness to my game. It isn't working as well the other way. Let's see what I can do to help my team this way. And, boy, he did it there.
Well, he's had success running the football in this one, and that's undeniable. But that time, the defense was on to it.
And, partner, I think the more you see a play like this, the more they're able to diagnose it quicker and easier for them to defend it. I think you have to dress it up a little bit and show maybe some different formations and looks. You get the sense that they're saying, we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
Meanwhile, on 3rd down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Well, they had that one snipped out defensively. That's a tough one to connect on when you got multiple defenders in the area, and it winds up incomplete.
And I don't think this has the carry. It does not. It's no good, and this will stay at a 7-point game.
Yeah, 55 yards is anything but a gimme. You got to really concentrate on your leg swing and proper technique. This time, though, he's unable to convert.
The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. Mahomes now on 1st down. The tight end Kelsey has it over the middle. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. From the 48-yard line, here's 2nd and a couple. Now here's Mahomes. That's into the hands of Reynolds. 2nd catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down.
When you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice gain.
At the 41-yard line.
On 2nd down, here's Mahomes. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And that's good for a gain of 6. And it brings up 3rd and 5 now. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. And again, it's Mahomes. And the Raiders have got him. Max Crosby blowing up the play and getting the sack.
Now that was a passer's nightmare. The front door totally shut down by the defense, so he kept going backwards, hoping to find another avenue of escape. It didn't exist.
Butker's kick here is good, and they double him up here. That makes our score 20-10. I don't know if you ever go into a game expecting to attempt a kick of 62 yards. Charles, not only attempt it, but make it one of the longest kicks that we've ever seen.
Yeah, I'm not sure you ever go into a game expecting to kick one of this distance, but all the better kickers, they do dream of it, and they show what they can do in practice and convince their coaches to give them a chance. That one surely paid off.
They'll try and get the running game going with Elliott. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
If these guys are going to chop into that deficit, they're going to have to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found.
And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. Opted to run for it. The decision a good one. Picking up the first, getting 14 yards on the scramble. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Back to throw, Hall. And that's complete to Adams.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 12 yards that time for number 12 as they move the chains. So now 1st and 10 in Chiefs territory at the 49-yard line.
Off the option, he'll try and run with it. And a pretty good burst right there as he'll take this down to the 33.
Another nice gain, 16 yards there and a 1st down again.
Well, partner, for a few years there, we thought this read option play was going to take over the whole NFL. It seemed like everyone was using it, but it has been scaled back considerably in the last few seasons, mainly because people are worried about their quarterbacks getting hit. But when you call it at the right time and you use it properly, you see the type of gains you can get. A nice chunk of yardage there by the quarterback.
On 2nd down, here's Gibson again.
And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8.
Holding offense.
All right, so they got that one, Charles, against the center.
And let's remember how difficult it is for the center, because remember, he's got to snap the ball to put the play in motion, and sometimes you get that big guy on your nose. You got sometimes where he's coming at you at an angle. It's a difficult job for him to snap the ball and then execute his block.
Now here's a throw that's complete, and he'll be brought down with a 1st down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 23. 14 yards is the pickup there at a Raider 1st.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
They just keep trying, but so far, finding no room for him to run.
None whatsoever. In fact, you run the numbers. He's under 3 yards a carry at the moment. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Open on the left side. This is Valdez-Scantling. Touchdown! Marquez Valdez-Scantling from 13 yards out. And the Raiders have made it a 1-score game again here in the 4th. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter.
17.
On as the Raider kickoff unit now as they will send this one away. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25. KC's offense ready to take over. That last touchdown has made this really tight. They're clinging now to this slim lead. Jesus, second half, they only have a field goal. This offense needs to kick it into gear.
And right now, I'm looking directly at the field general, at the quarterback, because to me, he's got to take over right now. By word, pumping his team up, and then, of course, by deed with his play. My high school coach used to say that all the time. Laddie, take over by word and deed.
And deed means action.
Exactly.
Mahomes throw here complete to Kelsey.
So the completion good for 7 there. And that'll make it 3rd and 13. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he was unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
On 3rd and long, it's Mahomes. And this is going to be incomplete. Critical play in this football game, because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that if they pick up a first down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
It's a 44-yard punt, just 3 on the return. And the Raiders will take over now 1st and 10. Now Hall. And the Chiefs are going to get him. That one will send him back nearly 10 yards here on 1st down of the sack.
A And this dominant defensive performance continued on that play. This poor quarterback has now received the protection he needs and has had to pick himself up off the turf far too often.
Throwing here is Hall. Under pressure, they got him again. Chris Jones able to record his 5th sack of the season.
So, Brandon, we sat in with a lot of coaches, and when they talk about things they want to accomplish offensively, I'm not sure that sack and sack are on their play sheet.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He hits Adams complete. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. Well, a heck of a play there on 3rd down, but amazingly, they're still short for 4th. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me. I'm going to keep firing.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. That's a 4th down pickup of 10 yards, and an opportunity certainly missed on the defensive side. So now 1st and 10 in Chiefs territory at the 49-yard line. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well.
Normally you think the tight end's going to be able to catch the football and handle that contact, but in this case, maybe a little too much target to hit. That one was timed well. Incomplete.
He's going to pick up the 1st down and then some. And he'll be brought down with a 1st down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 34-yard line. Now it looks like we've got a Raider here, slow to get up. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Up the middle, here's Elliott. And he works his way free all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone. A 14-yard pickup. That's 14 yards on 2 straight plays.
14. 1st down, Las Vegas.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
One thing you hope to see out of a rookie tight end is a real concentration when the ball's in the air, and I'm not sure that he didn't, but he has to be prepared for people making a play on it when that ball's up for grabs.
Out to the right here to Shepard. Touchdown, Raiders! Sterling Shepard, a 20-yard touchdown. And the Raiders have taken a 4th quarter lead. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that will make this a 4-point game.
Chiefs 20.
On is the Raider kickoff unit now as they will send this one away. And from back there, a wise move. He'll just sit on this one, and it'll come out to the 25. So now here are the Chiefs as their offense makes their way back out onto the field. Now the bad news for them, they've seen that cushion they once had totally evaporate, and they're working from behind. The good news, they now have the opportunity to regain the lead right back. And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50. So it's the big left tackle who gets tagged with a hold.
And sometimes you're actually executing the block well, and he starts to slip off of you, and instinctively you reach out and grab him. And when it's done like that, it's often seen by the official and called.
And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3. At the 23, it's 2nd and 12. Working from the gun, Mahomes. And his throw's going to be incomplete. His favorite target, Travis Kelce, the intended receiver. And it's 3rd down. We'll see what they have drawn up here. A little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a 1st down. Throwing is Mahomes on 3rd. And that is incomplete.
How about the coverage we just saw break out on 3rd down? Dime defense, blanketed the field with extra defensive backs and speed, unable to find an open hole to complete that pass.
It's taken to the 26. A nice return that time, gets 12 yards back. And out will come the offense as they take over. So here are the Raiders now to take over. They're working on a 4-game winning streak, and they lead this one as well right now as they start 1st and 10. They'll start the drive with Elliott. And good running there as he'll take this all the way up to midfield. 51 yards rushing on 12 carries for him now. This defense, Charles, they have unraveled here in the 4th.
In a sense, it's like they're being pressed, like in a basketball game, and they just can't get the ball over half court. I mean, no matter what they do, they can't get off the field. They can't slow them down. They just go up and down the field against them. Yeah, unraveling would be a perfect word for them.
Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. He shows you right there, he can do more than just cover in the secondary from that free safety position.
Yeah, the evolution of position has really been significant, hasn't it? Because a lot of teams no longer have a free safety, strong safety designation. They just have safeties. So wherever the ball is, one can be close to the line of scrimmage, one can be deep, and vice versa. On that play, how about that tackle we just saw? Pretty nice.
One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down. They'll get this one to the Golden Domer, St. Brown. And he is going to have the Raiders 1st down as he's able to get 8 yards there on 3rd and 5. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So it's Raider football as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they look to try and finish this one off. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Out of the gun, it's Elliott. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. And quickly, we're going to get another stop here with 1:54 left as they call the timeout defensively. And they'll let the quarterback keep it here on 1st and 10. And this turns into a nice gain with a slide at the end. Now a 2nd timeout called for by the defense. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the 1st down. They'll run with Gibson. Yeah, this play doesn't go anywhere. Backwards, losing yardage to the 11. The Chiefs quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. And this one also slow in developing as he's maybe getting back here to the line of scrimmage, but not much more than that. A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play, 3rd and goal. Ball to throw it. Yeah, this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down as that was not an easy one to hold on to. Carlson able to put this one through. And high fives for that one as that drive ends in 3. From a defensive perspective, though, I think maybe they're saying, hey, we did what we needed to do, kept this a 1-score game.
Yeah, without a doubt, because they were able to bleed some time off the clock, right? Put themselves in a good position, but it's not out of reach yet, okay? Being able to hold them to a field goal means that they do have a chance to come back and win this game.
Here comes Mahomes and the Chiefs. Down 27-20, a little under a minute to go. They need a touchdown and the PAT to tie it as they come up 1st and 10. Mahomes. That'll be caught. It's Tony. Now he breaks free in the middle of the field. And yes, he's into the end zone. So they get the late score they needed. And now an extra point can tie this thing up in the final minute. Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And, partner, we've got a tie game here in the 4th. This one, all we could have asked for. All tied, final minute as the kick's away here. And with time a factor here late, he'll just take a knee and they'll start things out at the 25. The Raiders heading out to take over. Well, partner, here it is. They've got the chance to win the game. You'd have to think they need to get it near the opposite 40 to have a chance to kick a game-winning field goal. We'll see what they can do.
And you're right about that, because if we look at it in macro, that's what it looks like. But I think in micro, the head coach has already asked the special teams coach, what is he feeling? What does he think? Where does he want the football? What's the yard line we have to get? And he's already relayed that to his quarterback and his offense. They know what the goal is. Now the key, can they get there?
Throwing again on second down, but this time it's incomplete. The way he's throwing the football today, almost a surprise when he doesn't complete a pass like happened there, but he needs a few more to get his guys downfield.
Well, the way he's throwing it leads him to believe that he's going to get those completions. And that means the guys going out for passes, they'll run even harder because they expect it as well.
And now the third down throw incomplete as well.
Well, the defense certainly did its job. They held up in that situation. And now fourth down, you've got to punt this and try to get to overtime. There's no decision to be made in my estimation.
Fair catch called for and made at the 16 or maybe the 17-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. They'll come up 1st and 10 here.
Yellow.
Mahomes to throw it. Finding Kelsey. And that's going to be a first down to the 35 as the clock continues to run. 9 seconds, no timeouts left. Mahomes. Well, that was caught by Rice. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. And we need overtime to decide this one after 4 quarters of play. We're all even. The extra session in a moment. This is the end. It's a little teaching moment here. Overtime rules. Remind us how this goes, partner.
Okay, so in the past, we had sudden death. First team to score wins, but no longer. Now, if the team receives the ball, scores a touchdown, they win the game. If they kick a field goal, though, or don't score, the other team gets a possession. And after both teams get a possession, then we're into sudden death. First team to score wins the game.
And they will play it safe here and bring this one out to the 25. Here's the Kansas City offense now as they get set to take over. And everyone knows the OT rules, Charles, but pretty simple formula. They go down and get a field goal, we continue play, but if they can find the end zone on this possession, ball game over.
And as meticulously as all teams plan for a game, I don't doubt for a second on that offense coordinator's play sheet, he's got some overtime plays that he wants to run. I know it sounds crazy, but they plan for everything. 1st and 10 all the way throughout the game, 2nd and 7, whatever. Right now, he's looking at that play sheet saying, if we get to overtime, what can we break out that they haven't seen?
4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. Shotgun snap to Mahomes. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he will have a Chiefs first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Here's Mahomes to throw. Caught, Kelsey, left side. And he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30. 28 yards the gain there on the catch and run. And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence, and he's achieved that in this performance.
It sort of looks like they stopped some fight in them on this series because it seemed like things were headed for the red zone. But if this defense gets 2 more stops, they can keep them out of that area.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
Everything looked right on that play except the conclusion. He dropped it, an in route, going into a little bit of traffic. Maybe in the back of his mind, he was wondering where the hit was going to come from.
Again, they'll throw with Mahomes. Oh, and it's intercepted. And the Raiders are going to have it with a chance to win the game here in overtime. Boy, that one hurt, CD. They were in field goal range. They wanted that touchdown, understandably, but now a field goal on the other side would beat them.
And when you get the ball first in overtime, you're thinking to yourself, nothing less than a field goal, but you really want the touchdown. You don't want to put the onus on your defense to try and hold. In this case, they put it on them anyway, but at least they were aggressive, trying to get the score that would have ended the game.
Once that ball was popped in the air, you could almost hear the silence, the collective breath being held here in the stadium.
Let's be honest about it. We both came out of our chairs, didn't we? All right, anytime you see the ball.
And he's taken down. A Chiefs sack.
Multiple defenders get to him there, and that is the 6th time he's been sacked in this ballgame. I don't know what else can be said about this pass rush. They have been sensational. CD, that is now 6 sacks for them.
And how many times do we talk to offensive coordinators and they say a sack is a result of everyone on offense not doing their job? But let's be honest about this one. This is the offensive line unable to counter the pass rush. They've been teeing off all game long.
And that is nearly intercepted. Oh, that would have changed things here in overtime, but instead, it's just 2nd down. Back to throw, Hall.
Throw left side complete. That's Elliott. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds.
Unnecessary roughness. Defense.
In overtime, you have to be smarter than that.
A personal foul just can't happen. Have to have poise.
After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10. Inside give to Elliott. And only able to get 2 here. Stopped at the 30.
Watching that play unfold and watching him complete it brought back memories of doing all those pursuit drills to make sure you don't over-pursue and let a guy get a cutback lane on you. He did that very well.
You praised him on tape yesterday for the angles that he takes to the ball. Took a great angle right there.
Next score wins, but remember, this will be a tie if the period ends with no scoring as they work on 2nd down.
And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
And now we're going to get a timeout here called by the defense. That's their 2nd and last timeout here in the overtime session. We'll be back. The 22 is the line to gain here on 3rd down.
Now it's Hall.
Over the middle, complete. It's Lewis. And he'll be brought down with a 1st down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 14.
And that's well executed there on 3rd down. And I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a 1st down.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. Here's Hall.
Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Lewis.
Holding. Offense.
Well, there have been a ton of sacks. They were just trying to prevent another.
So what you're telling me is the conventional way has not really worked for them, huh?
Not at all.
Not all. So he tries to grab him here, and they still get caught.
Here's Hall.
And it's complete to Adams. And he is in for the score. And it is absolute stunned silence here as they win it on the road in overtime. As the fans exit back out through the turnstiles, not happy looks on their faces. Feel like they probably let this one slip away at home in overtime.
I would agree with that, and their unhappiness hurts the guys at the concession stands on the way out, right? Not stopping to buy something for the kids. They just want to get home. But what a dramatic way to finish this bad boy off. I mean, this game was dramatic all the way through. That's why we got to overtime. And then to go ahead and finish it this way, the fans screaming out unhappy. But the team that came in here and won this one on the road, they sprinted to their locker room.
And speaking of buying things, dinner on you tonight, David.
I kind of figured that was coming.
So for Las Vegas,
their strong September has carried over to October as they move to 5-0. And they'll get another road date next week. Meanwhile, for Kansas City,